Oh, you guys are coming up here to get wild, huh? Yeah. All right, guys, we're out here in Salt Lake City, downtown. It's Saturday night, and we're about to go ask some people about the Rio Grande plan, actually. Let's go. All right, guys. So what's your guys' names?
My name's Eli.
Anthony.
All right, so have you guys ever got, where do you guys live?
I live in West Valley.
Salt Lake.
Okay, good. So have you guys ever gotten stuck at the train tracks in Salt Lake City, like on the east and west divide?
No.
Nah.
Like on 6 West, like the trains and.
Oh, like you get stuck on them?
Yeah, like you get stopped at the train tracks while there's a crossing.
Oh yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah, I ride the train all the time to work, so yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
No, like if you're driving. Okay, so but if you're driving do you have a car?
Yeah.
So when you're driving on like 200 South, you get stuck.
Yeah, sometimes like during like rush hour, sometimes if you come at the wrong times, you can get caught. Though.
Where do you work at?
I work at Jersey Mike's.
So you gotta cross the east and west divide.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever heard of the Rio Grande plan?
Nah. Have you heard of that, bro?
No.
So the Rio Grande plan is a citizen-led proposal for Salt Lake City, where we're taking the train tracks on, by the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking those and we're putting them under 500 West, burying them, cut and cover, kind of almost making a subway,
right.
And then restoring service to the Rio Grande Depot.
Okay. I'd be. Yeah.
What would you think about that?
That'd be chill. That'd be chill.
Seems pretty cool.
It costs $3 to $5 billion.
That's where you lose people.
I'm not rich.
I wish I had $3 billion.
LA is spending $120 billion on their subway for the Olympics.
That's LA though. LA's expensive though. Like, have you been to LA's expensive?
We're talking 3 though,
Yeah,
compared.
but
We're Salt Lake City. We got the Olympics. Did you hear we got the Olympics?
Yeah, it was like a couple years ago, right?
No.
Or
We're getting the Olympics in 2034. It was a couple days ago.
Oh dang! I didn't know they were coming here.
Yeah, so we got Salt Lake City's going to be hosting the Olympics 2034. So the Winter Olympics.
That'd be pretty cool.
So we're trying to push for the Rio Grande plan. It's an expensive project,
Right.
but it's going to help ease the east and west divide, remove all those those crossings,
Right.
and restore service to the Rio Grande Depot right here on 300 West. Do you know the Rio Grande Depot?
I think I've seen about it, but
Right on. So if you had to vote, would you spend the $3 billion to do it? Yes or no?
if I had $3 billion, a little extra $3 billion, yeah.
It'd have to depend, man. It'd have to depend.
So what would it change if I told you that 50 to 75 acres where the railroad tracks currently are would be opened up for redevelopment? That's 5 city blocks that would pay for the project.
Are there like currently homes there right now?
It's currently a wasteland. It's currently railroad track yard.
I mean, if it's not being used, yeah, like it'll go to another purpose. I see, like, wouldn't know why not.
So that's what we're doing, man. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
I live in Salt Lake.
All right, we're asking people, have you ever gotten stuck at a railroad crossing?
Yeah, and one time I saw somebody who was driving really high, and they didn't realize that there was traffic, so they were stuck in the railroad, and they almost got hit. They barely moved out. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know that the Salt Lake City has the Olympics in 2034?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest project that we should do?
It's that I've seen this on Instagram. It's that railroad near Gateway.
Rio Grande plan?
Yeah.
You've heard of the Rio Grande plan?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So if you had $3 to $5 billion, would you build the Rio Grande plan?
Absolutely.
What's the thing you like the most about the Rio Grande plan?
I'm not super familiar with it, but definitely I work right next to Gateway, and being able to have the whole city kind of as a hybrid there, I think it would help with all of the businesses in Gateway, and it would just make it more centralized. So I think that'd be cool, especially because City Creek is taking up all of the business.
And did you know that with the redevelopment area, there's 5 city blocks that would pay for the whole project?
I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, man.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bad or good?
They're not. It's not a Haktua interview.
Okay.
Good. Good. All right. So, what is your name?
Elizabeth
And Elizabeth, where do you live?
Draper?
Have you ever taken the front runner?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
It's okay. I don't know. It's like the tracks, but more packed.
Have you ever heard of the Rio Grande plan?
No.
Would you like to hear?
Yes.
Okay, so it is a proposal to take the railroad tracks that are on the west side of Salt Lake City and bury them underground and restore service to the Rio Grande Depot, the train station.
So it's like a subway, like underground.
It would be like a cut and cover. It would be like a subway. And the best part, well, I think the best part is that it would remove a lot of at-grade crossings, so you wouldn't get stuck behind a railroad crossing.
Okay, I like that. That's cool.
Do you want to know the catch? The cost, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's cost $3 to $5 billion.
Oh, that's crazy. We need to fix our roads before we do that.
Okay.
Our roads.
So what if I told you that like it would pay for itself?
Oh, okay, then that's better.
So there's how it paid for itself is there are like 50 to 75 acres of railroad track that would be opened up for redevelopment. So the city could sell those acreages, which is equivalent to 5 city blocks, which could potentially help the city pay for the entire project while making a better life for the citizens and users of public transit.
Well, that sounds nice. I like that.
Would you do it?
Yeah, I would.
Awesome. Thank you. Last question. Did you hear the Olympics is coming to Salt Lake City in 2034?
No, I did not hear that.
So now, yeah, it's coming here.
More interesting, so.
So we got to do it.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Take care. So, what's one infrastructure project in Salt Lake City that makes Utahns go crazy?
21st South.
What about it?
The construction's awful. Is that what we're talking about?
No, it's not. It's not. But no, that's fair. It's fair. It's a fair criticism.
Yeah.
What have you ever heard of the Rio Grande plan?
No.
Have you heard of the Rio Grande Depot?
No.
Have you heard of the Front Runner?
The train, yeah.
Okay. So would you like to hear about the Rio Grande Depot? That's what we're talking about.
Sure.
So the Rio Grande Depot or the Rio Grande plan is a plan to take the train tracks on the west side of Salt Lake and bury them under 500 West to remove all train crossings and restore service to the Rio Grande Depot.
Okay. Cool. Dope.
I feel like you're not down.
That's that place where the old restaurant used to be, the old Rio Grande restaurant, right there. Okay.
Yeah, so that would be our
opening that back up.
not only opening it back up, but also burying the tracks. So it's almost the trains would almost be like a subway. That'd be Union Pacific, the tracks, and any other future.
Okay.
So some of it would be open, so the air you would still be able to like. There's a couple projects like this. Like have you heard of the project in Reno? So they had a train track that went through the core of their downtown. They buried it, and it removed all the railroad crossings, and it was a huge win.
Okay.
So we're trying to do that for Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Have you heard that the Olympics is coming to Salt Lake City?
I have.
Do you know any of better infrastructure projects for this?
No.
You're like fix 21, fix 20.
Yeah, you chose the wrong person.
No, I'm just choosing people. Like I want to actually know. Like, do you ever take the train?
I do not actually. I have not been on public transport since, man, I was like 15 years old.
What is your biggest complaint with Salt Lake City's public transport?
Fuck, man. To be honest, my only experience with it was so inaccessible to me when I was a student. And I actually advocated for students to have like discounted pricing through UTA or whatever. But that's all I can speak on. Sorry.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
Like, I don't know why.
Okay. Wait, so you went to U of U or UVU?
I was actually at Slick at the time.
Salt Lake Community College?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so what would you say if I told you it cost $3 to $5 billion?
What would? This plan would? That's wild. Do we have that?
What if I told you it would pay for itself?
How?
So there's 50 to 75 acres that are currently railroad tracks that would be opened up for redevelopment. The city would sell that land to developers, and that would pay for potentially the whole project.
Okay. So why isn't it happening?
That's a great question.
Right? So why isn't it happening?
Wait, but you're someone who doesn't even take public transit. Why would you be for this plan?
I'm for public transit. I'm for cleaner air, cleaner environment, cleaner everything.
I think I interviewed the right person. Thank you.
Yeah? Okay, thank you.
What was your name again?
Ellie.
Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry, I had no idea what we were talking about.
No, that was good.
25% of the time.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Yeah. What's your name?
Matthias.
So Matthias, where do you live?
I live 13 East. 1300 East.
I live on 900 South.
Perfect.
So have you ever gotten stuck at the railroad crossings on the west side of town?
No, I don't have a car.
Rio Grande.
Hey, brother, say it.
Rio Grande. Go Rio Grande. Citizen run, citizen led, Rio Grande project all the way. Leading developments in Salt Lake City. Stop the divide between the west and the east side. Rio Grande project. Fuck the railroad. Get things figured out. Listen to the people.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, right here.
I'm looking for people like you, brother. I'm trying to educate people. Thank you. Okay, so that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
So the Rio Grande plan is a citizen-led project to bury the tracks under 500 West, remove all the railroad crossings, and restore service to a magnificent Rio Grande train station.
I agree. I think it's a problem. It's a big problem in Salt Lake City, especially. But people trying to commute all over Salt Lake City as well. So,
Do you want to know how the project could pay for itself?
I would love to know. Yes.
So there are currently 50 to 75 acres of railroad yard that would be opened up for development that the city could monetize to pay for the project while receiving all the additional benefits.
Okay.
Do you see any reason why not to do it?
I don't think so. I think it should be done.
What about all the construction?
I mean, the construction in Salt Lake City is a shit show no matter what. So,
We've heard that multiple times.
yeah. I mean, it's the way it is. I mean, it's just. I mean, I think it's because of the weather. Obviously, they just try to pile on in during the summer because of the winter time. So.
That's a good point.
It's just a big problem. So, I mean, construction here, especially like in roads and stuff, it's a big problem. Like I said, because of winter time. So as soon as the winter's out, they just try to pile it in like a very short amount of time. So they try to rush it and they have to do it like in one go type stuff. So.
That's interesting perspective. I've actually never thought about that, but I think you're absolutely right. Do you have any other questions about the Rio Grande project?
No, I think you covered it all. I mean, I'm happy that you informed me about it as well. I'm for it as well, but I think, like I said, weather is just like a big part that hits in Salt Lake City, which makes, like I said, construction and fixing up and all that stuff a little bit hard because we have 6 months winter, 6 months summer, and those 6 months it's not gonna be enough to do that stuff like easily. So it's a big problem.
Thank you for sharing your feedback. I appreciate it, man.
Of course.
Take care.
Thank you.
May I ask some off camera?
Yeah.
What do y'all ask about?
Rio Grande plan?
Like that, like the tracks type deal?
It's more so Amtrak and Union Pacific and the front runner.
Yeah. Connecting what, like Provo's, like Salt Lake? Or
Yeah, so all of those railroad tracks, the ones on 500, the viaduct you go up over 500 South and 600, so those are going over that railroad yard. So we're gonna take all that railroad yard and turn it into city.
I don't like that.
It's just a waste of space right now, so might as well.
I don't like
And we're gonna bury the tracks under 500 West. So then all of those crossings, instead of being up and over, it's gonna be just straight across.
So would it be more of a subway system?
Subway.
Than a track system?
It'll be still the railroad, but the railroad would be buried underground. So it won't technically be a subway, but it will be like a subway.
So what problem are y'all trying to solve? Is there a problem that is there a problem that you guys are trying to solve? Like, why are you? It seems like your main project is to bury the track system. Are you trying to do this to open up more space for roadways?
Well, the reason why we're trying to do this is twofold. Remove all the at-grade rail crossings, which are dangerous.
Oh yeah,
And
a ton of friends, like, cause we do the 9-to-9 biking stuff, right? Do you guys know what that is?
Been on that.
Hundreds of bikers around there, and everyone rides on the tracks. I've seen a few people go to the hospital for getting their tires stuck in the tracks. It's crazy, yeah.
So the reason why we'd be doing it is for safety and easing the east and west divide. It would also, the second reason is to restore service to the Rio Grande Depot, the train station.
Gotcha.
And the side effect is it would open up a lot of area, which is currently railroad track yard, for development, which would pay for the entire project.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I just feel like that railroad where all the tracks are stored is just a waste of space. So might as well make it something that'll benefit our economy.
But it's $3 to $5 billion, man.
Oh my gosh, there's pros and cons to everything, I guess. That's what you're trying to figure out. Maybe I'm not the person to ask,
but it would pay for itself for the most part. So,
Peace.
All right, man. Thank you. So, hey, brother. Thanks for taking the time to have an interview with us. What's your name and where do you live?
My name's Blake. I live in Salt Lake.
Blake, Salt Lake. Let's go. I'm Zach at Salt Lake.
Well, it rhymed with me.
It didn't rhyme with me. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry, man. All right, so have you ever heard of the Rio Grande plan?
What's the Rio Grande plan?
It's a citizen-led proposal to bury the train tracks on the west side of Salt Lake City under 500 West.
Are you pushing political views right now, or what are you doing? Honestly, what's your?
I'm trying to inform.
Which is fine.
I'm creating content and I'm asking people about if they know about the Rio Grande plan, which is it's an organic. Like this it's not a bipartisan issue. It's not a government thing. It's like a citizen.
Go Utah. I'm listening.
Citizens of Utah that want to have a better city, have a better train station.
I don't know much about that, so I cannot speak on the.
Have you ever taken the front runner?
No.
Okay. Have you ever taken the tracks?
No. I mean, like stop to stop, but yeah, nothing extensively.
Have you? Okay, let me ask you this.
I'm not aware of the tracks.
Do you drive a car?
I do.
Do you ever get stuck at the railroad crossings?
Occasionally.
What if all those were gone?
Why would they be gone?
We're gonna take the railroad tracks and bury them underground at kind of like a subway.
Okay.
And so that's gonna remove all the railroad crossings, make it safer.
I'll tell you my pitch to all this.
Yeah.
Is get front runner, UTA, get something from Salt Lake City to Park City. Let's get some public transit from Salt Lake City to Park City. You know, we need it for the Olympics, 2034, coming in a few years. That's what we need. You know,
yes.
I'll be honest. That's what we need. We need something there.
So the Rio Grande plan would be the central station that this potential train track would depart from.
Okay.
So think of it like a Grand Central Station. You know the Rio Grande Depot?
Yeah. Yep.
So we would restore service to that station.
Okay. And so you're pushing that legislation, or is it a bill right now? Like, what is it?
That's a great question. So right now it is literally a citizen of Utah suggested the plan, but luckily Mayor Erin Mendenhall, Mayor Erin Mendenhall. The mayor of Salt Lake City funded a study, a feasibility study. It cost about $100,000, and they did the report. I'll leave a link in the comments below, but you can check that out. It is a very feasible project. Do you want to know how much it costs?
How much? I gotta run after this.
It's $0 with the development unlocked. It's $0.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we'll get. Thank you for that. It's Park City.
But let's get the. I'll be honest. If I'm speaking to something, let's get the railroad tracks from Salt Lake to Park City. Let's do it, Salt Lake. Come on. Let's go.
Thank you, Blake. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Seriously, I appreciate your honest opinion. Thank you. No, serious.
What is it?
All right. Do you live in Salt Lake City?
We do. No, I live in Ogden.
I live in West Valley.
Have you heard of the Rio Grande plan?
No.
It's a citizen-led proposal to bury the train tracks on the west side of Salt Lake City underground and remove all the at-grade crossings to make it a safer and a better transit environment.
The tracks away?
It would take the railroad tracks and bury them underground, so no more railroad crossings.
No more front runner.
No, there would still be a front runner.
What would we lose?
I thought you were gonna say how many bodies you got. What's the worst thing you did?
Oh, yeah, that's not this time.
Okay, but what would we lose with losing?
You want to know the cost?
No, but I wouldn't want to know what we would lose. What transportation would we lose?
We would lose no new transportation. We would get a Grand Central station, which is the Rio Grande Depot.
Okay.
So it would cost $3 to $5 billion, and we would pay for it through opening up the railroad yard for redevelopment, because those tracks would go underground.
Okay. Do it.
Interview. We're out here in Salt Lake City. What's your name, brother?
I'm Rob.
Hey, Rob. Have you ever heard of the Rio Grande plan?
No, enlighten me.
Where do you live?
Sandy.
Have you ever taken the front runner or the tracks?
Yep.
So currently the Rio Grande plan is proposing, it's a citizen-led proposal to take the railroad tracks on the west, or the west side of Salt Lake City, and bury them underground.
What for?
To remove the at-grade crossings and restore service to the Rio Grande train station.
So what would be the benefits of that?
So currently the railroad crossings cause delays on people trying to cross the east and west divide.
Right?
When you're driving, you have those railroad crossings that come down for the trains to cross. All of that would go underground. So all of the existing crossings would go over the railroad tracks.
I mean, if they got the money, so be it. It sounds efficient.
So do you want to know where the money's going to come from?
Probably our tax dollars.
So there's 50 to 75 acres of land that's currently unused for railroad yard that would be opened up for development that would pay for the project.
That sounds cool to me.
So Rob, you'd be down for the Rio Grande plan?
Yeah, but I'm not usually that far out west, so I mean, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You disagree,
do you have any? No. Do you have any
questions? The whole point of the interview, right? You disagree. Tell me why it's bad.
So I actually am an advocate of the Rio Grande plan, but if I'm looking at it from an objective view, there's two reasons why the Rio Grande plan would be opposed, or really three. Number one, it's cost $3 to $5 billion, but that would be paid for through the 50 to 75 acres of land that would be reopened for development. That's like 5 city blocks.
Well, I mean, we're already spending mad money like everywhere else. Like, it doesn't sound like the worst idea that's ever come to Utah. Right. Like.
So then the other complaint is, like, obviously construction's gonna take some time. But
as a Utahn, we're all fucking used to construction. Who gives a shit?
Dude, you're like the 7th person that said that. So okay, so the third thing of why you may not want to do it is, fuck, I don't even know. Like, it's really a good idea.
I think so too. I mean, there's been a trillion worse ideas than that. So.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Rob. Okay. Do you have any last questions about it?
I can't wait to write it.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Rob.
Okay.
How long have you been cooking hot dogs for? All tonight? Everything, honey, everything. One pepper. Let me get one of those peppers too. I love it spicy. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, this is gonna be so good. I'm gonna have to take my shirt off to eat this so I don't get. All right, take that $10 and give someone else a hot dog. Damas las hot dog a la una persona. Dos hot dogs? Dos hot dogs? Sí. Who wants a free hot dog? Who wants a free hot dog? We're doing street interviews, so you got to do a street interview to do a hot dog. I already paid for it. I already paid for the hot dog. Hey, who wants a free hot dog? You got to do a street interview. She's like, fuck no. It's not a Haktua. It's not a Haktua. It's not a Haktua. The light actually works good. Just shine the light up to me. All right. You want a free hot dog? All right. Look, she's got it. Hey, free hot dog. Free hot dog. Yeah. It just requires a street interview.
All right, I'm in.
Okay, let's do it. All right. That's your hot dog. All right. Ready? Okay. All right. What's your name, brother?
Matt.
All right, Matt. So I got 3 questions. Where do you live?
I live in Sugar House.
Have you ever heard of the Rio Grande plan?
No.
So I'm going to explain it to you so I don't waste one of my questions on that. Okay. It's a citizen-led proposal. You can eat the hot dog, yeah. So it's a citizen-led proposal to take the railroad tracks on the west side of Salt Lake City, bury them underground, remove all the at-grade crossings, and restore service to the Rio Grande Depot.
What's the Rio Grande Depot?
So the Rio Grande Depot is the train station on 300 West, and
yeah.
So you know that?
No. Good. Is this good or bad?
Or it's 300 South. 300 South. Sorry, Broadway, 300 South, and like 500 West.
Okay.
So it is. I think it's good, but the reason why I'm doing these interviews is I want to ask people if the project could pay for itself through redevelopment of the land that opens up, what would be the reason not to do it?
It's a great question.
Do you not know enough about it?
I really, genuinely do not. I have no idea where even. There's a railroad. I got a free hot dog.
Yes. Okay. So the railroad tracks. Do you know that? Have you ever gotten stuck on the railroad tracks on the west side of town?
No, I've never taken the train here.
No. Like when you're driving a car, the railroad crossings.
Oh, yeah, sure. Briefly though, it's never long.
So they're doubling the number of crossings between now and 2030. So we want to remove those at-grade crossings, bury the railroad tracks underground.
Where does the train go?
So we would bury, like a subway, we'd bury it under 500 West.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Good idea. Do it for sure, 100%. You won't get stuck in traffic. You get to ride the train more. Great idea.
Rob, right?
All along.
What was your name?
Matt.
Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. What was your name?
Zach. Enjoy the hot dog. Follow us on at Rio Grande Plan on Instagram.
This is interesting. I'll follow you right now. Rio Grande Plan.
Yes, thank you. I'll share it right now.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's Rio Grande.
Wait, how long is this gonna take? Like a decade?
We're trying to get it done before the Olympics.
Really?
You know we're having the Olympics?
About it at 2034.
So it would restore service to the Rio Grande Depot, which would make it like a super sick train station, and it would all be like elevated.
We need a good train station.
We need a good train station.
We do.
Have you been to the current train station?
No, aren't they like turning it into a hotel or something?
The current train station is a joke. It's called Salt Lake Central Station.
Oh yeah, I've been there. It's not really a station.
Exactly. So that actually, the funny part is it's going to go full circle. Before the 2002 Olympics, we removed service from the Rio Grande Depot in 1999 and put it over to that shack over on the Central Station. So we're trying to make it go full circle, bring it back to the Rio Grande Depot by 2034.
Oh, that would be cool.
You'd be down for that plan?
I think so. I mean, I don't know all the details, but it sounds great.
So we would bury the tracks.
Value, yeah, I love it.
So here's the high level: bury the tracks, the railroad tracks under 500 West, restore service to the Rio Grande Depot, plus open up 50 to 75 acres of land, which is currently unused for the railroad tracks. Open that up for redevelopment and pay for the project.
Yeah, if you can pull it off, it sounds great. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Enjoy the hot dog. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Teleport people from one place to another. It's trans-dimensional.
That's fucking what we're trying to do with the Rio Grande plan. Have you heard of it?
I know Rio Grande. I know that it's a homeless shelter, right? The Rio Grande, right over there.
Yeah. But trains used to actually go there, right?
Train. Yeah, I mean it's right by the front runner and the tracks line.
No, like trains. Yeah, right now, yeah, you're right. It is by there, but trains actually used to go to the Rio Grande.
Oh, yeah. That, okay. Yeah, I know that.
So we're trying to bring it back to the Rio Grande.
What do you mean by that? Bring
So-
what back?
The train service.
So like a whole new train line?
So no, take the existing lines on the west side of town and that railroad yard.
Okay.
Like where the 500 and 600 bridges go over.
Yep.
So we would take that rail yard and those railroad tracks and bury it under 500 west, and restore service to the Rio Grande depot.
Cool. What's stopping you?
Nothing, honestly. Like just doing it.
So you just build shit? You just like...
I want to know where's
See, now I'm interviewing you.
Where's the money come from?
Exactly, because I know we just got the Olympic bid, so shit's gonna happen in the next 10 years. There's a lot of development that's gonna come in.
And you're exactly right. That was one of my questions. Have you heard the Olympics is coming to 2034?
Yeah, dude, I was there. This is my cab. I was there cheering for it.
Hell yeah. So that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to promote the Rio Grande plan for bringing it back to 2034. How we pay for it is the land that's currently on the railroad yard.
Yeah.
The 50 to 75 acres would be like 5 city blocks. We would sell that land, develop it, and that would pay for the project.
Cool. You own it or what?
Well, like the city would sell it to developers.
Got it. So you're pitching this to the city.
So the city is already aware of it. They funded a feasibility study, and it's actually feasible.
Cool. Fucking A.
Hell yeah. What was your name again?
Alonzo Riley.
Alonzo, thank you.
Yes, sir. This is my pedicab. You want?